activity. They've done this study.
What?
That said, that just sitting or just being awake and not moving sends your muscles electrical activity plummeting. Hitting the gym after work does little to change those effects.
Oh, my.
Right?
We're all doomed.
You got a job where you sit down, you're kind of screwed. Like me. Right? So I'm like, so what are you going to do? So they said basically the trick is to become fidgety. That's what it says. It says they even have a name for them. When you fidget, you make little movements, they tend to keep weight off better, even if a person spends the same time sitting down as everyone else. This original study, they nicknamed these non-exercise activity thermogenesis.
Wow.
Or NEAT.
Oh.
So basically, if you just are kind of fidgety all the time, shaking the leg, you know how people sit and shake the leg? All right? Those people know something we don't know, John.
I'm going to live longer than you.
Anyway, cripes is that I had to say about that. Great. It's not enough that I can no longer eat anything good. Yeah. Now, even just sitting still is going to kill me. And it doesn't matter if I get up and walk around every now and then.
No.
It's the sitting.
Because I'm really good at sitting.
I need to go get a job on a farm somewhere.
Yeah.
I need to go grow vegetables for a living. That's the key.
Yeah,
grow vegetables, eat vegetables. It's the only way to stay alive. Because
we know those people really had long lifespans.
Oh, my goodness. Well, I won't eat bacon and lard sandwiches, maybe like my grandparents did when they came in from the farm. Anyway, okay, so that's my cripes. Here's my come on, John.
What's that?
This week, all over the news, you may or may not have seen this, the style director at J. Crew, J. Crew Clothing Company, right? They send out an e-blast every week, and this week's e-blast featured a picture of their style director and her 5-year-old son being sweet, cute, mommy-son moment. Yeah. He's got hot pink toenails.
Huh.
And this, John, has sent the conservative media pundits into a tizzy.
Oh, I bet.
Come on. Because the kid has pink toenails. Have they never met a 5-year-old? I mean, honestly, they think that now J. Crew is promoting this whole, gender confusion, and all of a sudden there's this whole agenda going on. And we'll talk more about this with Janelle Paris in a little bit. But I look at that and I'm like, really?
I mean, that does seems
to
be scraping the bottom of the barrel.
Well, you know what I realized? It's a slow news week.
Yes.
Right? There's barely anything going on in the world of concern.
Well, yeah.
There's hardly anything else to talk about. So this little boy's, big one.
Yeah.
This little kid, the budget, we nearly shut down the federal government. But the real problem in the world is this little boy's pink toenails.
Aghast.
Honestly. And you know what's ridiculous is that Fox News did a little survey, and that most of their Twitter followers said it wasn't a big deal. And yet they continue to make it a big deal. So they're telling us, big deal. Not a big deal. It's a 5-year-old.
Come on.
With pink toenails.
Big deal.
Honestly. All right, John, you got to be kidding me. And I hope that you'll stand with me on this one, John.
Oh, yeah.
As my brother in Christ.
Wow.
Okay?
I'll stand behind you.
John.
Way behind you.
Yes. Appropriately behind me. John, you got to be kidding me is this.
Okay.
This last week or so, it's probably been a couple weeks now, on one of the websites that I follow, Jezebel.com, they posted a sermon from a pastor. I'm going to find his name here. C.J. Mahaney.
Oh, yeah.
He's a pastor. This guy is, he's a pastor. He's on the board of the Council of Biblical Manhood and Womanhood, which is a group that, if you don't know about them, you should. They hold a complementarian view of men and women versus an egalitarian view.
And what is the difference there?
Well, they feel like men and women have very distinct roles.
Okay.
And that they should not overlap.
Huh.
They complement each other, but they are not equal. Anyway, so this guy, C.J. Mahaney, preached a sermon in which he said, and I'm going to quote him here, he's talking about modesty. He's asking girls and women to think about the way they dress because it causes their brothers to stumble, okay?
Oh, my.
He says, I don't know why she dresses the way she does. All I need to know is that the way she presents herself to the world is bait to my sinful mind. Okay, so there's a lot to be said about this, as you can imagine, and I could go on from several different directions on this about why it's insulting to women.
We've got 3.5 minutes.
I know,
go, baby.
right? But here's what I'm going to pick. I'm going to pick this, okay? I've seen, there's lots of stuff written about this sort of thing. And this is a conversation that's been going on for decades, right? Yeah. Every youth group has it.
Sure.
Right? You've probably had, everywhere you go. And as a woman, it's completely offensive. But I don't understand why men don't stand up against this message. Because here's the deal, John. We have a basset hound, okay? I have a basset hound, right?
Okay.
She's a hound dog. She's bred to smell things, right? When she's outside, she is a slave to her nose. It doesn't matter what the ramifications are. She's on a leash. It's going to hurt if she runs.
Yeah.
It's going to choke her and take the wind out of her.
Yeah.
But she is after that smell, and it doesn't matter what the consequences are.
Yeah.
She is a slave to her nose. If I were a man, I would be so highly offended that my pastor thinks I am no better than a basset hound. That I was such a slave to my instincts that I truly, I mean, it's like, you are a grown-up man. Are you telling me that you seriously cannot deal with whatever that instinct in you that makes you look at a woman's breasts?
Well,
you can't see beyond that? That's where you're at? I think that's offensive to men.
Well,
It's offensive to women, obviously, but I think if I were a man, I would be like, buddy, I'm a grown-up. I can handle it, okay? I got it.
yeah. Well, I mean, what is
Not the girl's fault. I got it.
what is his fear
Shaky here.
of
I'm all
what's
worked up about it.
of what's going to happen? You know, like you're going to see someone,
Well,
you know, that's attractive, or you know, maybe
and then
showing
suddenly
and
you
then
can't help yourself.
Yeah,
like,
right. I just.
Oh no, there goes my brain.
Yeah.
I can't think anymore.
Right.
Like what?
Where's the
really?
leash?
Yeah, right. Like, so if I were a man, I would think I am better than that. So
Yeah.
stop standing in your pulpit and telling me I'm a basset hound.
Yeah, that's right.
Frankly, basset hounds are not the most intelligent creatures, and it would be insulting to be compared to one in that way.
And-
That you can only follow that instinct. I mean, women we deal with lust too, and yet we're able to go to the beach where there are topless men roaming around, and we're able to still function and talk to the people next to us, and maybe even talk to one of those men without falling apart in our lust, without suddenly thinking the only thing I want to do is have sex now, and I just have to go home. I can't do this anymore.
Well,
I mean, we can do it. Men can do it.
I want to go
We're
on,
capable.
and I want to go on
Honestly.
record being all for women dressing as provocatively as they want.
Well, the point is that we
I'm
get.
for the woman's right to do that if she
Yes,
chooses.
thank you, John. That's really helping the conversation.
I'm sorry.
That's all right. No, but I mean, honestly, like I said, there's a lot of angles a person could take, and it's insulting on a number of levels. But that's the one I don't hear men stand up and say, we're better than that. So
Yes.
quit telling us that we can't control ourselves. Quit blaming the girls.
Yeah.
If we can't get it together, that's our problem, not theirs. Because honestly, what's she
Yeah.
supposed to wear?
Right.
I mean, she can wear a form-fitting black turtleneck, and some guy's going to go, that is sexy, and I got to get out of the... I mean, get over it. Grow up, be a man, treat her like a human being. If you can't handle the lust, then that really, it's just your
The
problem.
Spring and summer's here, guys, so
Get over
pull
it.
yourselves together.
Yeah.
That's the Cripes. Come on, you got to be kidding me. On the Doug Pagitt Radio Show on AM 950, the progressive voice of Minnesota.
Okay. Read exactly what's on the cue cards.
Oh, excellent.
Hi there, Matt McNeil from the Matt McNeil Show, weeknights
Well,
at
at
6
first
p.m.
I was
Join
like,
me,
well, how are
please
we
do.
gonna
We have
fill
a lot of
4.5
fun. We talk
minutes
a
with
lot
the-
about
you
politics,
gotta be
a lot
kidding
about
me,
life
man.
in Minnesota, a lot
No
about entertainment.